Here's my review of Anyone But You. I think that this is a perfect example of a rom com that is extremely generic and checks all the boxes and is predictable, but I think that it does a good job with the tropes that it is following. Where this is a movie you could probably predict what's going to happen, like from like the first 10 minutes even, like you know what is going to happen. But I think that you when you have actors that are charismatic like Sydney Sweeney, Glenn Powell, I think it works. Like in like I said, you already know it's gonna you know that this is going to be a movie, like of course they're gonna two are going to end up together. Like, yes, spoilers, but it's kind of extremely obvious. Where the whole plot of this movie is there's this couple that has a great first date, and then everything after it goes bad, and then they're forced to fake it. That is this movie. Like, we have a couple of Ben and Bay where it, I think it does a very good job of where you actually do buy them as a couple at the beginning, and then when they break up, it does feel real, and then it's kind of funny because they're just bickering, but then trying to trick everybody into thinking that they like each other so that Bay doesn't have to get married to this other guy that her parents are trying to set her up with. And Ben doesn't want to get with this other girl who likes him. And this kind of all happens because Bay has to go to her sister's and Ben has to go to his best friend's wedding. And so basically that's the reason why they even have to do this in Australia. And so you do get this beautiful background of like it's always a visually, it's not like this is best cinematography ever, but I'm saying it's one of those movies where it almost feels like a lot of it you're kind of like, ooh, that's pretty, that's nice, just some very nice shots. It's nothing special, but it's good. And then there are these funny scenes where they're intentionally trying to pretend how much they love each other, and then they just don't get noticed. Like, if you've seen the movie, you know why the scene is so funny. But, and then, like, of course, they're just distracted by, like, a koala, and then they're just mad that they don't see that they like each other. And it's just funny scenes that are like that make this movie work. And, like I said, this is a movie you know exactly what's going to happen. Like, it is... it always feels so funny at the end because they're on this boat at the end, and it basically just almost feels like they're kind of parodying Titanic. Like, when literally, like, she's basically Rose who falls in the water, and then Jack comes in to save her. And it's, of course, and then they ended up, of course, falling in love, and a big old happy ending. So yeah, there's not really much to talk about with this film because it is a movie that it almost feels that it is, like, specifically put together in a way to be very easily consumable, to be where I think anyone who likes rom-coms will like this movie. Like I said, I think this feels a lot like Ticket to Paradise from 2022 with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. But, I mean, I think that other movie's a little bit better because I think George Clooney is funnier. So I think if you want a better version of this movie, you could probably just watch Ticket to Paradise, which it's a little bit different, but like I said, there's not much to talk about with this movie. It's funny, it is romantic, and it's just a movie where, you know, you just have some likable actors and a fun plot, and that's really all you need. There's not really much substance or depth. You almost, like I will say, I do think that it's good that you feel the romance, like when they do get together after, like, they basically hate each other, it feels like they really do like each other, but it also at the same time feels like, I almost think it would have been funnier if they didn't get together, because it would have made it feel like just more unique. But for what this movie is, I think that if you're going to watch a rom-com, if you're fine with genericism, then I think that this is not a bad choice to choose, and it is a pretty fun time.